Night, and that's the way it was on November 25th, 1980. Good.
Corner, but not the man who did so much for Larry Holmes in the fight against Shavers. That would be Ray Cosell. Now the fight's underway. Let's see if Holmes can work that left against Norton the way he did. So far, Norton's been picking off the blows. Says even in ring center, he can get through to Holmes. Beat Holmes with the jab. Holmes with a right lead that missed. First round action for the WBC heavyweight title. Quick exchange there. Holmes shot with that leg. Very early in the first round. Thus far, he hasn't been able to work the left, but it's much too early to judge. Work the left in terms of effective work of the left. Kenny lagging that back leg the way he always does. Peculiar posture. Some say he's over-muscled. He has been away 7 months. Some around here were writing he didn't have a knockout punch, which came as news to those who follow the record. Povic in 58 seconds, round one. He retired Jerry Quarry. He broke Ali's jaw. He had to have some punching ability to do that. Overall, 32 KOs. He's got a good overhand right. We haven't seen the left hook recently. Does kind of loop his punches. It's hard from the throw punches straight. Too late to change him. Some have tried. Can't change a fighter's style any more than you can take a late running horse and make him a lead running horse. Arthur McCanny with me at ringside. An observation, Arthur?
Yes, I kind of, something seems very strange with Larry Holmes' right eye, the way he's squinting it. Does that appear to you?
There have been rumors around here, as there always are before a big fight with less than a minute to go in round one.
He was hurt.
First, the rumors were, since Holmes stopped boxing 5 days ago, which was unusual, that he had a bad hand. I checked that out, and I decided that it was a ploy. Then they talked about the right eye. And I spent most of yesterday with Larry Holmes. I saw no evidence of it, challenged him on it. He denied it. I don't like these rumors that go around before big fights because I've been around too long.
Yeah.
We'll see during the course of the fight. Right now, let's get back to the action.
They're using the 8-ounce gloves, and of course with 8-ounce gloves, they generally use 10-ounce gloves with heavyweights.
That's true, which makes the 8-ounce glove makes it more possible to... Now, Holmes is beginning to score. Makes a knockout easier with 8-ounce gloves. Coming to the end of round one. Only in the last 30 seconds did Holmes connect. We'll be back. Holmes's right eye, the right side of it may be a little puffy. It may be. It's hard really to determine at this point. That's the eye that Arthur McCanny and I were discussing. Second round action underway, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. First round I gave to Norton. So did McCanny. So did Chris Schenkel, who's also here at ringside.
Norton has a very effective jab. Holmes has that jab going in. He's putting a lot of weight behind it.
Norton has had his most effective when he gets inside. That's when he gets the best leverage on his punches, when he has the most foot balance. Interesting to see if he starts working to the midsection. He did that against a different Jimmy Young than the one who appeared here tonight, beginning with the fourth round in their fight. Now Holmes is scoring much more effectively than he did in the first round.
That's the best way to fight him, at long range. He'd better not get on too close with Norton.
This is second round action, ladies and gentlemen, and this one has the look of a good fight. Jimmy Young did tremendous as we look at Holmes connecting with that left. Young did tremendous damage to his career. Came in woefully out of shape. A distressing performance from his point of view. The kid Cosell, who beat him in a split decision, is just a kid. He didn't show enough to warrant much long-term hope for the future. Holmes is fighting an entirely different fight than when he fought Shavers. He's not showing in that vein, Arthur. He's not showing the side-to-side movement that he showed in that Shavers fight. He seems more willing to punch it out. In this round, Holmes fighting at long range is getting in. He got in a good right and left there. And Norton is having trouble getting past that left to get to him, which Norton wants to do. Note Norton lagging that back foot always. And this is a very good round for Larry Holmes.
Absolutely, and this is the way he should fight him all night.
If he can. There's
Beautiful
another
jab.
man in the ring. You can't always do what you want to do. We are now coming down to the last 35 seconds of the round, and the crowd is enjoying this one.
Holmes looks in good shape.
At 209 he is. But Kenny Norton at 220 was not too heavy. At 220, Jimmy Young was a balloon. We've got 15 seconds left in the second round.
Oh, he hurt. It looked like he hurt.
Well there as
Beautiful
Norton
right
missed. Holmes now fighting with efficiency, looking sturdy and purposeful. We'll be back. Kenny Norton, round 3, the bell just sounding. You don't want to psychoanalyze a fight. Slayton, Norton's trainer, had a long talk with him between rounds. Norton looked troubled. I must say, I know Kenny Norton. He's having trouble getting past that left. And he was disturbed by the events of the second round, which Holmes clearly won. Now Holmes is getting that long left in there.
And he's putting all his weight behind it, which is the way to throw it.
Norton wanting there to get Holmes against the ropes where he does his best damage, unable to do so. Holmes keeping his pre-fight prediction that he would fight this fight in ring center. And he did exactly that as the storyline of this fight develops for you. That long left keeping Kenny away. Kenny wanting to get inside.
Norton seems to fear that right hand, that overhand right of Holmes.
Kenny Norton, knowing that for the umpteenth time in his life, he's got a crossroads fight. If he loses this one, that's got to be it for Kenny Norton at his age.
Howard, look how low Norton keeps his left hand. He's vulnerable for a right hand. He keeps entirely too low.
He's totally unafraid of Holmes' right hand. Holmes is not a knockout puncher. He's willing to take the right if he can get inside. It's the left that's keeping him off as you look at it. And so, here in the third round, Holmes is fighting his fight. Norton is trying to fight his kind of fight, but he hasn't been successful except in the first round. Often you're seeing Norton leave himself off balance and open after missing as he tries to get inside but is not able to do so. Again, we're live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and that piston-like left keeps moving out and into Norton, keeping Norton away.
And Holmes is keeping the fight right in the center of the ring.
But finally, Norton got in a good left. There is a redness in Norton's left eye. The left corner of the left eye already from the Holmes left. Kenny swinging with that looping right, but not connecting. Holmes purposeful. You can see it in his face. It was not bluster. It was real confidence. I wondered if the confidence was apparent or real. It appears to be real. Kenny covering up after a right lead, but not scoring any damage with it.
Now Kenny is throwing a very effective jab. Howard. There he goes.
That was a good left jab by Kenny. Kenny had said he beat Norton with the left jab, but only on infrequent occasions has he been able to do that. The end of the third round coming up. Good fight so far. The bell for round 4. Kenny Norton again getting a long talking to from his trainer Bill Slayton. And Holmes trying to pick up right where he left off. So far, in 2 of the 3 rounds, Holmes has fought his fight. And Norton's not been able to do anything about it. Thus, Kenny can't fight his fight. Be interesting to see if Kenny can get inside of Holmes. Right there, a left and a right. A left to the belly. He may start trying to go to that belly. This is the 4th round. That's when he tried to against Jimmy Young.
Norton is trying to get on the inside, but Holmes won't permit him to get in.
That's the storyline of this fight so far. Holmes making his fight. Right there. Sidewise left by Kenny Norton.
I would like to see Holmes keep his left up a little higher now.
Kenny Norton with a good left to Holmes' head. Now, Holmes reverting to the left jab, which is a stinging left jab. Not just, in most cases, a flicking jab, but a stinging jab.
Yeah, he has all his weight behind it.
Holmes carries that left low. He's open for the right in that posture. And that's what Norton is trying to set. But look there. 3 quick lefts in a row by Holmes. You can see this strategy evolve in front of your very eyes. Holmes fighting Norton only partially in the way he fought Shavers. Only partially because he has not found it necessary to maintain lateral movement. On his toes, dancing left and sometimes going back right.
There's something that I noticed, Howard. Holmes is raising his right elbow when Norton throws that wild left hook, and he's catching it with it.
This is 4th round action, ladies and gentlemen. That was the voice of Arthur McCanny. Holmes with a good quick combination on the inside. Holmes dominating this fight. Kenny trying to cover.
There it is. That's the right that's going to work, because Kenny is keeping his left entirely too low.
Kenny getting in an occasional left, but not able to get past that left of Holmes. As you watch Kenny fight Holmes, don't you wonder why he gave Ali so much trouble? Because certainly Ali's left has been a super weapon through the years. And when Kenny fought Ali, Ali was a lot younger. If you're in the studio, Muhammad, keep listening.
Holmes is in no way afraid of Ken, the way he's boxing him. He's doing an excellent job.
We're coming to the end of the 4th round. Holmes at present in command. Let's a quick look at Larry Holmes, the bell for the 5th round. We're right under Norton's corner. During the break between rounds, he was being told Norton was to relax, to feint easier, and then to use his left. Said the way you're doing it now, Horton comes in with his left in response to you, and he's jabbing in, doubling up on you, and he's killing. At 30 seconds now into round 5. And Norton is a troubled fighter. It's a scheduled 15-rounder. Holmes has never gone 15, but Norton is really a troubled fighter. His movements seem jerky at this point. He's coping with himself, grappling with himself, trying to figure out how to get inside. Look at Holmes pawing with that left, the way you so often used to see Ali do.
Norton is going right into that jab all the time.
Basic storyline here, folks, is simple for you to follow, even if you're not boxing fans. Larry Holmes is controlling this fight through the use of the right there. The best blow by Norton in the fight. He got in a stinging right to the left cheek of Larry Holmes. Holmes had dropped his left. I told you Holmes is keeping his left low, and Norton finally got in a stinging right. That may renew Kenny's confidence, because I've told you that Kenny, and I've known him for years, has the look of a troubled fighter. But look at Holmes coming back with the combination.
Now Holmes, Howard, should start dancing.
Well, maybe so, but I'll tell you right now, Holmes is not a knockout puncher, and Norton knows that. And that's one thing Norton has going for him. It's that piston-like left. Now they're telling Norton from his corner, over the top, get over that left and get to him with his right. And Holmes is really scoring now.
Great combination.
Stinging right. This has again been Larry Holmes' round. Look at that left getting in.
That was a nice left jab on Norton's part. 2 beautiful jabs.
This is 5th round action.
Norton's trying desperately to land that right hand. He just can't do it.
He did once, Arthur. Just once. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the WBC heavyweight title at stake. There's Larry Holmes fighting now the way he did against Ernie Shavers. On the toes, dancing, moving, forcing Norton to chase him. And then quickly, the piston-like left. I have covered at least 6 of Holmes's prior fights. I saw a guy named Tommy Prater give him a tough go of it aboard the aircraft carrier Lexington off Pensacola. I never dreamed Holmes could have this class as a fighter, but he does. We'll be back. Back, and let's look at 5th round action. Kenny Norton getting in his best blow of the fight, but Holmes otherwise dominating the round. The bell is rung for the 6th round. The fighters go at it. Kenny Norton in the blue trunks, Larry Holmes in the white, and Larry starts right in with that long, straight left. Getting through. See, half the time Kenny Norton seems to be pawing with that left.
Yeah, but did you see the way he threw that left hook? And Norton threw the left hook, and Holmes just brought that left elbow right up.
Kenny Norton has to know he has not been able to make his fight so far. I've heard Slayton talking to him in the corner, and he has to know it. But how is he going to change his tactic? Right there, a wild
He did it again. He blocked it beautifully with his right elbow up. Kenny seems to fear that right hand coming across.
There begins to grow a kind of acceptance, it seems to me, on Norton's part. I don't mean an acceptance of defeat, but he is puzzled. He can't make it work. In the pre-fight conversations, he obviously thought he could get inside. But Holmes has made his prediction stick. This fight has been almost solely in ring center. And Holmes has been able to do nothing about it. Only once, and then just for a brief instant, was Holmes pinned against the ropes. It's not enough time for Kenny to do what he wanted to do. And so you see Kenny in the main pawing with that left as you just did, trying to come into the belly with a right. But Holmes is pawing, then Holmes is scoring steadily with that left. It's clearly the dominant blow of the match, again and again and again. It's fallen into, as Holmes put it, his pattern.
Come on, stick it up, double up.
Good right bite, that overhand right by Norton. That's his hope for the fight, clearly. He came in with it, and it's gone. Holmes with the low left, and Kenny again with a right. Now, if he can get in enough of those, Kenny will be able to begin to make his fight. You can be sure, because Holmes will begin to decline from the power of the punishment.
Holmes has settled down a lot now. He ought to start like he's dancing now. This is the only way to fight Kenny.
We're in the final 15 seconds of round 6, and Holmes is now evidencing the kind of movement again that he showed against Shaver. And he knew he had to do it. He's fighting cleverly because he was stunned by the Norton right. We'll be back. All right, we're back live, and watch. Right now, that was Norton's second stinging right of the night. Holmes took it. He was momentarily hurt, but he took it, and that's another good sign from Holmes. Holmes, in my book, won the last round. Arthur McCanny's too. And I've given Holmes every round since the second. 5 rounds to 1. We gave Kenny Norton the first round. Now Holmes picks up his movement early in the round. Seems to me he's at his best when he's on the move because he's young and he still can get enough leverage and balance to make that left work as he did there.
There you go. Keep that stick working.
That's absolutely right, Coward. That's a great observation you made. Keep on the move, and this is the way he'll beat Kenny.
That was the voice of Arthur McCanny here at ringside with me. Good right there by Holmes.
See, Kenny is attempting to get him in the ropes. That's where he's most effective, on the inside.
Point we've made, and he hasn't been able to do it. Even right there, for a brief flash, Holmes was against the ropes, but quickly out to ring center. Ooh, Got it in there again. You could just see Kenny Norton's head snap.
Very crisp jab. Beautiful jab.
2 more. Doubles up. And again. And bouncing on those toes.
That's Kenny's left hand all the way down.
That was bad, Arthur. He threw a right. Holmes did. He was off balance when he threw it, and he left himself vulnerable.
It was in the air.
But such is the state of Kenny Norton that he couldn't take advantage of it. That's another thing Holmes has learned very well. How to slip a punch. Use the head as well as the arms and legs. Did it very well against Ernie Shaver. 7th round action, and Larry Holmes, so far at least, fighting a beautiful fight.
Larry better keep his left hand high. He's going to get tagged with a right.
That's possible. He's been tagged twice, but overall, that's what Norton wanted him to do. Kenny thought he finally had him in the corner, but no. Holmes got out of it, and Kenny was left off balance. We're down to 20 seconds left in round 7. So, all the rumors about the bad hand, all the rumors about the eye, so far proved to be what they usually are. Golfers. Kenny trying to work to the belly. We'll be back. And they just stopped working over that left eye, just above the left eye. There's a gash, and that can kill a fighter, as you know. Blood flowing down can blind him, and Holmes senses all of this. Watch from his corner. Comes out fighting, smoking. This is the way Holmes would like to end it.
Beautiful slip then.
Break Norton down. Kenny suddenly with 2 good straight left jabs that he connected with. Hadn't been able to do it throughout the fight. Fighting for his life now. That's what they told him in his corner.
He keeps walking into that jab all the time, Kenny does.
Oh, Norton in this round so far is working his own left jab better than he's worked it anywhere in the fight since the 1st round. Got to be worried about that left eye, which is puffy. Blood starts to come from that. Want to get a shot if we can of Kenny. He may be cutting him out.
Yeah, Holmes is cutting him out.
He's cutting him out. Yes, he is.
He's bleeding.
Blood coming out of the mouth now, off the lip. An excellent round for Kenny Norton so far. His left working very well. And Larry not moving as swiftly this round. Kenny there had a chance to pin him against the rope.
Larry is holding now.
Suddenly a turn in the tide of events. Larry trying to work the left, but with the blood coming out of his mouth, got in a right, but it was a soft right Holmes did. And purposefully, Kenny is now pursuing him, sensing that, see Holmes against the ropes, or at least near them.
Holmes is holding.
Norton on the inside. Look at that lip. The cut is on the lip. You can see it clearly now, the lower lip. So the fighter tastes his blood, his own blood. Not a happy experience, I'll tell you.
This is definitely Ken's best round.
Oh, he's got him this round. Clearly, it's Ken Norton's round. No question about it. Up to this point, we've got 40 seconds left in the round. Now, Holmes dancing, getting in a couple of jabs. But there's Kenny's left. Holmes with a right. But this round, Norton has made his left jab work for him. And that's been the difference. 2 good quick lefts by Holmes, but a left and a right by Norton. Kenny now much more aggressive. You can see that he feels suddenly that he can handle this situation, going down to the belly. Once he can fight his kind of fight, he's an excellent tactical fighter.
Holmes better get off the rope.
About over. And so it ended with Norton on the rope, or with Holmes on the ropes, and Norton giving it to him. And suddenly, in the 8th round, Norton had a big round. We had given 6 in a row to Holmes. So the fight is still, from our point of view, one-sided. But it is Norton who has the punch. Let's look. They're working on that mouth. Okay. Try to pick up the conversation.
Take a deep breath now. Feel it now? That's it. That's it.
It's apparently stopped the flow of blood. It seemed to be, from this distance, and even with the close-up, as they work over Kenny's left eye, I told you about that, both the tongue and the lower lip of Holmes that was cut. Kenny with the left eye puffing. Did you see that upper lid? Right there, you had a good shot of it as we approached the 9th round. And suddenly, instead of a Holmes walkaway, we had Kenny Norton coming back. A veteran fighter.
Well, Holmes better revert to his former style and do a lot more dancing.
Right now, he's doing just that. The quick left. But right there, Norton made his left work again. Holmes working the left again. Kenny, who made his left work for him in the 8th round. Let's see if he can sustain. Holmes scoring with that left jab again.
Oh, look low.
Trying to go to the belly. Norton.
Holmes is beating into the punch.
Norton with the overhand right, but Holmes slipped enough of it so that it only grazed and landed on the neck. But Kenny is somehow getting that left in better. That blow was a touch low. Holmes is not dancing this round. Not yet anyway, which could be a mistake.
He's starting to bleed again. Holmes is starting to bleed again.
From the mouth. But he's making the left work much more effectively in this round. Back to the pattern of the earlier rounds.
A beautiful flicking left. Holmes better stop moving quickly and get back to that dance style and keep jabbing if he wants to keep up that same effect.
Larry Holmes is dominating this round. Norton's hopes were raised by the 8th round when he did damage to Holmes. Right there, Norton with a wild left. But didn't damage Holmes because he was moving. Now he's trying to get to him again, Norton is, but not successful. 9th round action. We have had no knockdowns. Scheduled 15-rounder, WBC heavyweight title at stake. And Holmes is now connecting again with regularity. Good right by Kenny Norton suddenly. We raise our voice at a Norton right because he's the one with the knockout power. Good right again. That left is going lower and lower of Holmes. Holmes coming back with the jab. But he feels those rights. Clearly, however, as we approach the end of this round, it seems to me that Holmes is again dominated with his left jab.
Holmes is dropping
so to the round coming up. Back line. Look at that right landed by Norton. The bell to the start of the 10th round. It must be said that Holmes has taken the best that Norton could throw. Larry is in superb condition. And if he's been materially hurt, he hasn't shown. Never staggered. Right there, Holmes was off balance and Norton's left got in.
I kind of feel that his corner, Kenny Norton's corner, asked him to throw those straight lefts and rights. Look at that straight left.
Norton has made his left work in the,
That's it.
8th round. In the 9th round, Holmes scored much more frequently, but Norton scored more cleanly and perhaps more effectively. Overall, clearly, Holmes would be the winner at this point by a decision, because basically this fight has been fought Larry Holmes' way. Now Holmes is on the toes, moving.
Larry has to keep his arms up.
Well, it's the left that keeps coming down, but it's the left he brings up to jab with.
Yeah.
See? He's no Ali, that's for sure. I mean, the Ali in his prime. Ali could do that, and did that.
He's trying to imitate Ali.
Perhaps he denies it, though.
Don't let him move. There you go, don't let him move.
That's a big swelling over Holmes's left eye. Blood has come from the mouth of Holmes.
Get his body. Get his body. Get his body.
Kenny is pushing the fight now, but he can't seem to get him in a corner, and that's what he wants to do.
This is 10th round action. At some point, but to see Norton making that left work now the way he couldn't during the second through the 7th round.
He
started doing it in the 8th round, Arthur.
He straightened his punches.
But look there, Larry Holmes coming back. So hard to give Holmes credibility as a fighter before the Shavers bout. After that, so many of the scribes still questioned him. Holmes really has developed.
Holmes doesn't seem to have much power in that right hand.
He's not a knockout puncher.
No,
he really is.
No, no.
And that's one of the best things Norton had going for him coming into this fight. He knows that he's not likely to be knocked out, though clearly any man who's 209 pounds can knock out another man if everything is perfectly right. But coming to the end of the 10th round, which was not one of the better action rounds of the fight. We'll be back. No knockdowns. It's been a commanding fight thus far, in my view, for the boxing skills of Larry Holmes, who overall has made the fight his way. Norton began to come to life in the 8th round, which clearly he won. The 9th round could possibly have been called even. In the 10th round, Holmes seemed to come back and dominate the round. Now we're in the 11th round. Nobody knows how old Kenny Norton really is. He says 32, but at this point, age becomes a factor because stamina becomes a factor, and ordinarily the younger man should be able to last. However, Holmes did go 12 rounds against Shavers and was very much alive and moving at the end. He's never gone 15, so we'll have to watch closely. Kenny was quickly inside with 2 lefts, but then missed and fell off balance as Holmes went against the ropes. Holmes just flicked the right arm.
Kenny seems to be coming to life. Larry's on the retreat.
He's using that left jab again, though, very quickly. Kenny is the aggressor in this round so far. Crowd is can some of them are shouting Larry, Larry. Mixed emotions here. Capacity House. Larry steadily moving.
But off balance. Did you notice the way he threw that right hand completely off balance?
Norton pursuing. Norton with a good left, but left his feet to deliver it, leaving himself open in the bargain. Got to give credit to Norton. He's a game fighter. Every time he's gone into the ring, a good left by Norton. He's given the fans their money's worth, win or lose. Now he's got Holmes against the rope. For the first time in the fight, he had Holmes the way he wanted him. And he tried to pour in the punishment on the midriff. This is 11th round action. And Holmes is really moving. Trying to stay away. Norton pursuing.
Yeah, Kenny's trying to make a fight of it now.
Norton knows he's behind and way behind. Right there, he's got him against the ropes again, twice in one round. Well, Holmes said he would never be, and Norton was leveling the punishment.
This is where we told Larry Holmes not to get on those ropes.
This is a big round so far for Kenny Norton as we approach the end of the round. This round fought Norton's way.
Good round for Norton.
We're staying here between rounds. You saw them working on Norton's left arm, clearing up Larry Holmes' mouth again as much as possible. Fatigue may be setting in a little bit on the younger man, Larry Holmes, if the 11th round was any index. Nope. What they've done above Kenny Norton's left arm. Norton getting instructions again from his trainer. And certainly there has to be renewed hope in Norton's corner. There are 4 rounds still to go. We're waiting on the start of round 12. And Kenny really came to life in that 11th round. There's the bell. Now let's quickly, as you had a quick flash of Joe Louis, and quickly Norton's left gets in, and Norton again. Let's see how and if Holmes can regain command of the pace of this contest.
Now Holmes is going back to the style that he employed in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Steady jab.
Kenny Norton wanting to move inside. Took a couple of jabs from Holmes. Kenny trying to put him back to the ropes. Holmes aware that he can be hurt by Norton. And he has been a couple of times with rights, though he didn't show it. Kenny Norton now on the move. And Larry Holmes on the move to get away from him. Larry with a quick right, but not doing any damage. He is not the heaviest of punches, which is a kind way to put it. Kenny Norton with a good left and right combination. Kenny Norton chasing Larry Holmes in the way he does, methodically, purposefully.
Larry's making a mistake toe-to-toe, definitely.
He's tired. At this moment, he has the look of a tired fighter, at least. There's that uppercut attempted by Kenny that Holmes seems open for. Notice Holmes is not doubling up on the jab the way he did earlier. Right there, he suddenly did, but he's been having trouble doing it. To get into the 12th round of a fight, the arms grow heavy. A good left by Holmes there.
Kenny looks pretty fresh from this angle.
Good right there by Holmes. Open. Norton's left is much too low. He doesn't have it up.
That's absolute right. Norton has a tendency of always keeping that left down.
He came up with it there and got Holmes on the chin. But Holmes is now fighting back, even though he's not moving. Good right by Holmes. He scored a couple of times in this round with that right.
He'd better stop moving, though.
Oh, he's doubled up on the jab again. Kenny with a good left. The only thing is you get the feeling that the snap is going out of that Holmes jab. And Norton's punches seem crisp and clear and more powerful when they land.
Holmes seems to be disturbed with that blood, Howard.
He's against the ropes. Now let's see what Norton can do with him. No, not then. 15 seconds left in the 12th round. Blood again in the Holmes mouth. Coming down toward the end of the round.
Good round for Kenny.
The end of the round coming up. Larry Holmes, the bell has just sounded for round 13. This fight has been a good fight. Though there have been no knockdowns, it's been an action fight. It's been an interesting tactical fight. Holmes dominating throughout the early going. Right there with that flicking, piston-like left. Shouldn't have said flicking, I should have said stinging. It suddenly looks crisp again. It was not in the last 2 rounds. Norton has been coming on over the last 3 rounds. From way back, he's come back to a spot where he has a chance to win this fight. A knockout, of course, would be the way to do it. That's what he would think. But he has a chance, we think, to win this fight. Can't speak for the judges, though. They're the 3 who score the fight. The referee with no vote.
Norton's coming back very strong, and he's pushing the fight all the way.
He is the aggressor, Arthur McCanny. There's no question about that. But he still is not doing the clean job that he would like to be doing. That left still keeps him away enough to make him less effective than he would want to be. This is the 13th round. Holmes making a better go of it. When you been back as far as Norton was in this fight, you've got to come on more strongly than he's showing in this round. Holmes is making a good comeback in this round. That left is working for him again. Even though he's not moving laterally, he is commanding the fight the way he did in the earlier rounds. This may convince a lot of skeptics about Larry Holmes.
He's doing a great job in this round.
He really is. He hurt Norton there with his right. He used the left and right in combination and hurt Norton. Another right hurt Norton in the left. A good big round for Larry Holmes, just when he wanted it to reestablish command of the fight.
Yeah, he's beating Kenny to everything now.
All the skeptics who said Holmes didn't have it. Skeptics who went back to the time Bobbitt chewed him up at West Point. Skeptics who said he never fought anybody, and then an old man in shavers. Holmes may change their mind with this.
Holmes' right is working
Holmes has
beautifully.
really got Norton in trouble now. He's worked Norton's half staggering. He's working Norton over. A tremendous round for Larry Holmes.
Norton
The
looks
good right, and Norton desperately trying to fight back. We're coming up to the end of the round. Less than 15 seconds to go. A tremendous round for Larry Holmes. Kenny Norton really hurt. Holmes trying to measure. Here's the end of the round. And will not go to a commercial. The crowd cheering for Larry Holmes. You can see this crowd. They knew that suddenly Holmes had retaken command. When it looked like Norton was getting back into the fight. You talk about shifting tides and ebb and flow. There's Kenny Norton as they work over him. He's a hurt fighter physically. He's a tired fighter physically. He's a damaged fighter mentally and emotionally because of the kind of pride and self-respect that that man has. He desperately wanted to win this fight. He knows that time is running out on him. In one talk with me, he said, I am getting old. But he didn't want to lose to this man. And at this point, unless he pulls a miracle, he has the bell for round 14. Was the fight we expected. We didn't expect the draft listless, let-down performance of woefully out-of-shape Jimmy Young. He may have killed off his own career. A man who beat Lyle and Foreman, losing to a near amateur.
Kenny has slowed down a great deal now.
Kenny woefully off balance after that miss. In desperate trouble, but still gamely fighting on. 14th round action. The ill feeling between the two, while still there latently vanishing in the face of the action, each desperately trying to get at the other, but Holmes succeeded because of that left. Now on the inside, Norton trying to come through with the uppercut. This is the time, Arthur, that Larry Holmes should be moving. He's got the fight in control. This is the time he should be moving. Instead, he's giving Norton a chance to come back. Maybe it's just fatigue after the brilliant effort of the 13th round. But there is no movement thus far in Larry Holmes in the 14th round. And Norton got in a good right. And Norton is scoring.
Larry's very tired. That's why he can't fight. He can't move.
He's trying to move right now, up and down. Suddenly, in the last 4 or 5 rounds, the tide of this fight, after total domination by Larry Holmes. The WBC heavyweight title at stake. Norton using the uppercut on the inside. Now Holmes got right there. Norton scoring again. Holmes visibly fatigued. The leg's not moving. Norton scoring with quick combinations to the head. On the inside with those short, crisp blows. That's where he's so effective. So suddenly, Norton comes up with a good round. When it appeared he was ready to be taken and go out in the 13th round, he is back with a vengeance in the 14th round. The question, is it possible in the judge's mind for Norton to have made up in the later rounds, exclusive of the 13th, the points he lost in the earlier? Look at Holmes. He half staggered there. He's against the rope. He can't move. He can't get out of the way. And now he's trying to fight back. But Norton has him in the corner. Norton is equally tired. I said the arms grow heavy, but he's working him over. We're almost at the end of the 14th round. Big for Kenny Norton. Okay, you're looking Kenny Norton, the last round. Slayton just told him, you win this round, you win it. I don't agree with Bill, but maybe that's the way the judges are viewing it. It's been a growingly good fight. The last few rounds have been terrific. It's been the kind of fight we expected from these two fighters, fighting for their share of heavyweight title. To see that right Norton land on Holmes. Holmes, the blood pouring out of his mouth now. Kenny Norton, at age whatever, showing what's made him such an interesting fighter through the years, ever since that March 31st, 1973 day when he came into prominence, breaking the jaw of Muhammad Ali. Kenny Norton working Larry Holmes over. Larry Holmes showing courage now himself, back against the ropes, trying to push Norton off. Indeed, landing a right. Look at the blood pouring out of Holmes' mouth now. All of the pre-fight talk is gone between the two. Now there is only this. And Kenny Norton is purposeful, methodical, working on the inside. Came up with the left, scored heavily. Kenny Norton desperately, we think, needing to knock the opponent out. But look at him. He could yet do it. He is really wiping up Larry Holmes at the moment.
Coming back real strong in this round, Kenny Norton.
No movement left in Larry Holmes. None at all. Kenny now a little weary, punching himself out perhaps, but still trying to get that one clean blow that would send Holmes to the floor. There have been no knockdowns in the fight. Holmes unwilling to go. Less than a minute to go. No, we've got a little more than a minute to go in the fight. And Norton with the right again. Fans are on their feet, many of them. I'd say half the house. Norton with a left. Norton with a right and a left. Norton on the inside. Norton, who has come to life in the late rounds, despite a round where Holmes excelled in the 13th. Larry trying to fight back, knowing he's got to hang on. Norton clearly in command in this round, eating up Larry Holmes. Holmes taking the punishment. Anybody wants to know if Holmes can take it, look at this.
Larry Holmes' mouthpiece just fell out of his mouth.
Larry Holmes standing up to the very best Norton can offer. What are they going to say now? I guess that Norton can punch. I'll give Holmes the credit for courage. He's barely standing on his feet. He was sidewise a second ago, but he is still standing and trying to throw his own lever. We have less than 15 seconds left in the fight. Kenny is tired. The sting has gone out of his punches. He's punched himself out. There'll be no knockdown. The fight, and a great fight, has come to an end.
Great round.
Now, well, the betting has overtaken us. Fans trying to pour over us up into the ring. The scene in the ring is pure betting. I tell you, I've heard a lot of labels placed on Larry Holmes through the years. And I've been with boxing 25 years. But I never saw a guy put on a gut. stand at the end of a fight
Great
than
round.
Larry Holmes just did. And as for Kenny Norton, through all of the years, and despite the advancing years, to have come back the way he did, it's hard now to tell how the judges are going to score this fight. It really is. Holmes had built up such a commanding lead, but you can't tell about judges. We've learned that through the years with all of the controversial decisions. However, if Holmes has won this fight, and this is the end for Kenny Norton, which it doubtless would be under such circumstances, he goes out in the very real sense, the winner, the moral courage of the man, the decency of the man, the gentlemanliness with which he's comported himself through the years. This is a class guy, Kenny Norton. Now, we're waiting, of course, on the decision. Absolute bedlam in the ring. They needed many more security guards here than they have. Fans packed on the ring apron as you look at Larry Holmes, who's tired, who's all but used up. He was ready to go. As Norton seemed ready to go in the 13th, Holmes seemed ready to go in the 15th. But neither man went. And so you folks who stayed with us, have seen for yourselves an exceptional fight. It started out as a one-man fight because of the way Holmes maintained control with that piston-like left. Look at that ring. That's what I was talking about. Now, the announcement. Chuck
We
Holmes.
have a split decision. Judge Harold Buck scores 3, 142, Holmes.
Now, wait a
Judge
minute.
Lou Tabbitt scores 143, 142, Norton.
How close? How close?
Judge Joe Swessel scores it 143, 142 for the new WBC
Gave
champion of
it
the
to
world,
Larry Holmes.
Larry
Based
Holmes.
upon that early lead, Holmes has been declared the winner. Now I can't see from my position into that melee. Look at that ring. I haven't seen one like this, and this is a lesson for the people here to ring that ring with security guards. The fighters themselves, as fatigued as they are, could get hurt. But 143, 142, two judges voted for Larry Holmes, and the other for Kenny Norton, 143, 142. Larry Holmes crying with joy. He has now got a share of the heavyweight championship of the world. And it would be interesting, wouldn't it, with the way that young man fought tonight, to see him against the two gentlemen fighting for the other share of the crown. It would be interesting indeed. We'll know more about the other two gentlemen on September 15th. Now look at Kenny Norton. That's what I mean. Fought his way through the crowd to shake the hands of the man who beat him. Can I talk to Kenny? Kenny! I don't know if we'll ever get to Larry Holmes. Bill! I'm talking to Bill Slayton now, ladies and gentlemen. Bill, I'd like to talk to Kenny for a moment, if I can. I know how tired he is, and I know how distressed he is. Kenny, can I talk to you for just 1 minute? You know how deeply I feel about you. And I thought, even though the decision went against you, Kenny, our camera's right here, I thought you were just so valiant. He built up a big lead on you. You came back, and you can be very, very proud of yourself, my friend.
I made a big mistake, however, not applying pressure early in the fight. I was going to try to spin this up the first 4 or 5 rounds and try to come on heavier in the last round. And it just didn't happen, so more power to Larry.
You're a sportsman, as you always have been. And you put it exactly right. You let him make his fight in the early rounds. But what courage you had, and what strength you had to come back in the late rounds the way you did. I congratulate you, my friend.
Thank you. It was a mistake on my part, and hey, I paid for it.
Will this be the end for you as a fighter?
I don't know yet. I'll have to sit down and talk to Bill and Bob, and we'll see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you, Howard.
Go in and get cleaned up and arrested. Kenny Norton. And you can't say enough about that man. I'm going to try desperately to get Larry Holmes over here if I can.
Muhammad, a quick comment. Same night. Jimmy Young, Ken Norton.
Who would have believed they would have got beat? I would have believed it because it happened to me. It's, you never can't tell what's going to happen. It just goes to show you. Now we have a new man, 2 champions, Larry Holmes and Spinks, and both of them are ugly.
And you'll be there September 15th.
I'm the pretty man, and I got to come back and whip both of these guys and straighten this whole thing out and get out with my title.
Have you ever seen a tougher fight? Do you recall Manila, 1975, Frazier?
I think that was much tougher what you saw, Frazier, the Manila fight. Also, me and Norton, number 2.
Thanks for
But I
joining
don't
us.
take those punches.
Thanks for coming with
Thank
us.
you.
Okay, let's go back out to Los